What's going on, everyone? Adan here, ex-professional soccer player, and this is the first video of my YouTube channel. So this is going to be a fairly quick video, just introducing myself, talking about what to expect on this YouTube channel. And so, first and foremost, my name's Adan, ex-professional soccer player, played in Europe for about 7 years. I played in Germany, I played in Bosnia, I played in Montenegro, Azerbaijan, and the last few years I played here in the US. As far as what to expect from this YouTube channel, you can expect an approach and more of a experience-based advice. Basically, I'll be talking about, based off my experience, things that I did to get to the next level, to reach my goals. Not necessarily specific training methods, but more of my mindset, the way that I was able to build routines and approach the game from a different standpoint, not necessarily just skills and talent, because that's something that I had. Obviously, you're gonna need the talent, you're gonna need to put in the work, but there comes a time where you put so much work that the next thing you have to do is basically just get out your own way, so that your higher self and mainly your instincts take over. Because at the end of the day, that's going to be one of the main things here that I'll be talking about: being good with yourself, regulating yourself. If you guys haven't heard the term nervous system regulation, so that way you are able to get yourself in a state of not necessarily relax, but in a state of flow, where you let your instincts take over and basically show your true potential, right? Your higher self taking over, your skills come out, you do things naturally. And I know that it's easier said than done, but I'll be sharing some of my experiences, what I did, how I was able to adapt to different environments, different game conditions, what I did, routines, not necessarily strict routines, but more of approaches that I learned along the way that helped me stay mentally sharp, mentally prepared, and down regulate myself, so that I didn't create too much stress in my mind and essentially just get in my own mind and hinder my performances. So I'll be talking about a lot of that, mainly personal development. If you're a young footballer, aspiring footballer, that's very important. Personal development, understanding that there's more to the game than just kicking the ball, than going to the gym and working on your muscles, working on your technique. You also have to work this part here, which is what sometimes just breaks or makes a lot of players. I'll be completely honest, I grew up with many footballers, soccer players that were better than me, that I know that if they had the proper mindset and maybe pushed a little harder when things got tough, they could have made it easily. I had close friends, people around me, and I get it. Some people didn't have, that wasn't their goal, right? They maybe just played for fun, in their teenage years, and that's completely fine. But for those of you that really do want to, take that next step, even if at the end, because this is not guaranteed, only 0.11% or even less, I don't know the exact percentage, but there's just a slight number of players that make it. And even if you don't end up making it, at least you take something with you that you can use on a day-to-day, in day-to-day your day-to-day life, basically. So I'm gonna be completely transparent here. Again, like I said, not everyone's gonna make it, but for those of you that do want to go ahead and try and take this to the next level, I'll be sharing all my knowledge. I'll be touching base also in like training routines that I also did, right? Training routines, approaches, tactical analysis, very important, right? Tactical analysis, understanding the game. That's something that I had to learn when I went to Europe, and I don't blame any of my coaches here. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, maybe they did teach me, but at the professional level, tactically, you have to be very, very sound. very disciplined, so that you can understand what the coach wants from you, and you can portray that, transfer that to the field, and help the team, which is the main thing at the end of the day. It's helping the team. You being part of the team and making sure that the team is always in front of you, and the most important thing. So what I want to leave you guys with is one thing. I know, these trainings, these strength and conditioning methods that are out on the internet, like, you're gonna need that. You're gonna need to put in that type of work. You're gonna need to put in those 10,000 hours. But again, the thing that's gonna make the most difference at the end of the day, it's going to be these little micro moments, these little things, these little adjustments in your game, in your mind, that are gonna actually move the needle and help you, get to the next level. So I'll leave you guys with that. Hopefully this YouTube channel helps you guys out in any way, shape, or form. Again, I'm going to be talking about based off experience. Everything that I did was my experience. I'm not a certified trainer, or I didn't get my UEFA A license, UEFA B, none of that sort. It's strictly based off experience, how I reached my goals, how I signed a professional contract, how I prepared for trials, the things that I did in some of the trials. Not many trials, but some of the trials I didn't stay because of my preparation, which is, in football, in the professional level, it's always going to be preparation. How do you prepare? How do you maintain yourself in a state of harmony within you, so that you're able to use those skills that you've already built over time, and letting them naturally come out and perform like these high elite players that are performing at the highest level now. So it's always going to be the small things. Keep that in mind. There comes a point where you'll have to get out of your own way, so that you can let those skills and your personality, character show on the field. And that's essentially what's going to take you to the next step. Hopefully you guys like this video. Like it, subscribe. I'll be making a lot more videos touching base on different aspects of the game. So again, if you're interested in this type of content, and if there's other type of content that you guys want, any questions, leave it in the comments, and I'll make sure that I'll try my best to pump out a video from time to time. And again, thank you for watching, and we'll take it from there, guys. Take care.